I want to pay less for observability, so I want to save less data. But I don't want to lose information. I want this full description of what's happening when someone hits the product endpoint here. I want this level of detail, but maybe not. How many of these do we see in 24 hours? 100,000. Okay, I want to know that this happened 100,000 times a day, but I don't need 100,000 copies of this trace. We recommend that instead of sending directly to Honeycomb, you send your traces and logs to Refinery. Refinery will drop duplicate traces very intelligently and send the interesting ones to Honeycomb. Refinery does tail sampling. It accumulates a whole trace worth of data and then decides whether to keep all of it or drop all of it, including the attached logs. Typical rule setups include keep all the errors, keep all the slow traces, those are interesting, and then for the rest, keep a reasonable number, here 1 in 5, and make it a representative sample according to this small list of fields. So distribute it evenly over the values in these fields. The result is, in Honeycomb, we can get the full count of traces and the full distribution of durations and everything else. We can see the shape of the forest, and we can always get to an individual tree, the whole tree, including associated logs. Meanwhile, over in usage mode, you can count how many events we actually saved. So we saved 60,000 traces here, or I can get all the spans because those are events we were charged for. And I can compare that to normal mode. These are the events we kept. These are the events represented. 1 million versus 5 million. This is how you can scale costs sublinearly. How this happens is that Refinery is sampling. We can look at the sample rate and we can sum the sample rate. The events that we're saving generally represent about 5 events that happened, and the sum of the represented events matches the count. So you get to hear about everything that happened without saving all that duplicate information.